Hi, welcome to Camfish.com. I'm teacher Emmy, and I'm going to be your teacher in learning the English language easily. The title of our book is Classroom English. This is a practical guide to teaching English through English. Now let's start our discussion on page 113. Alright, now let's start our lesson on lesson number 38. And the topic is encouraging students to speak. Again, encouraging students to speak. Let's try to go on the teacher's language. We have here the first one. You can do it. Give it a try. Go on. You are doing just fine. Excellent. Okay, so these are some of the what the teacher will say when the teacher is encouraging the student to speak in class. Okay, so let's try to see the dialogue form here below. Okay, so let's start reading with the teacher first. So here it goes. What are your plans for this Sunday? Then some students raise their hands. Looking at Yejin, who is not raising his hand. Yejin, can you tell us about your plans? Yejin says, Teacher, you can do it. Give it a try. What are your plans for this Sunday? Yejin, Teacher, I go on. Yejin, friend's house. Teacher, I'm going to go to my friend's house. Yejin, I'm going to my friend's house. Teacher, you're doing just fine. I'm going to go to my friend's house, and then gestures to continue. Yejin now, I'm going to go to my friend's house. Teacher, great. Could you say it again? Yejin, I'm going to go to my friend's house. Teacher, excellent. Now let's continue discussing the other expressions this time. So we have here, number 1, you can do it. So the teacher can also say, I know you can do it, or come on, you can do it. Okay? Next one, give it a try. The teacher can also say, give it a shot, or go ahead and try. So it just has the same meaning. Now the sentence go on, go ahead and keep going has the same meaning again. Okay? Next one, number 4, you're doing just fine. We have here, you're doing well, you're doing okay, you're doing great. Last one, excellent. That's great, or you've got it. Okay? So now we have here the Korean translation of the dialogue that we've just read a while ago. So you can read it first if you don't understand some of the English translation. Now let's go on to the next lesson. Lesson number 39. Okay, lesson number 39's topic is guiding students' questions. Okay, we have here teacher's language. What can you ask people about their pets? Who can ask a follow-up question? You try it. Another question to Sujong, Hayon. One more follow-up question. Now let's see the dialogue form of it. Okay, so we have here below, let's start reading with the teacher speaking. What can you ask people about their pets? Then some students raise their hands. Yes, Yerin, go ahead. Yerin said, do you have pet? Teacher, okay, you can say, do you have a pet? Yerin asked Sujong. Then Yerin said, Sujong, do you have a pet? Sujong said, yes. Teacher, okay, now who can ask a follow-up question? Students, no answer. Teacher, Yunmi, you try it. Yunmi, what kind of pet? Teacher, do you have? And then gestures to Yunmi to ask. Yunmi, what kind of pet do you have? Teacher gestures to Sujong to answer. Sujong, I have a dog. Teacher, another question to Sujong. Hayon? Hayon, what's its name? Sujong, her name is Happy. Teacher, one more follow-up question. Jihye? Jihye, who named her? Sujong, I did. Teacher, those were all very good questions. Okay, now let's study the other expressions. So the teacher said, what can you ask people about their pets? It can only mean, what might you ask someone about his or her pet, or what are some questions we can ask people about their pets, okay? Number 2, we have here, Yerin asks Sujong. The teacher can also say, Yerin, can you ask Sujong? Or, Yerin, why don't you ask Sujong, okay? Number 3, we have, who can ask a follow-up question? Somebody ask a follow-up question. Who wants to ask a follow-up question? Or would anyone like to ask a follow-up question? So these sentences all mean the same thing, okay? So it could be in a question form or in a sentence form. Number 4, we have here, you try it. Or do you want to try it? Would you like to try it? Again, same meaning. Number 5, we have here, another question to Sujong, Hayon. Or can you ask Sujong another question, Hayon? Ask another question to Sujong, Hayon. So you can see here, now the next part is the Korean translation of the dialogue. So we read a long dialogue, so you can read this part if you have not understood some of the English translation, okay? And we also have here a very important note that you need to read, and the topic is teaching students to ask follow-up questions. So a follow-up question, and what does it mean, okay? So read this part. And that's it for our lesson. Thank you for listening. Again, I'm Teacher Emmy. See you in our next video lesson. Goodbye.